Should we talk about the Ilkay Gundogan move? It's one of the most exciting transfers I think I can think of.
Real?
Oh.
Yeah, it's very, very close. It could happen today. It could happen tomorrow. Let's just do an overview of the transfer. Obviously, he's gone to Barcelona last season, got 18 goals/assists in the campaign, which is relatively underwhelming for Barcelona. The club want his wages off the books. Barcelona happy to let him go for free to anywhere he wants. Links to Saudi Arabia, links to Turkey, and of course, Man City. And upon hearing today that he's actually called Pep Guardiola last night to say, please bring me back.
So hold on, he got 18 goals and his contributions last season. And Barca aren't happy with that.
No.
That sounds pretty good for a central midfield.
Definitely. Especially someone of his age as well.
Yeah, and plus he'll bring a lot more than goals and assists to the team.
Experience. And they need, obviously they've got a young midfield now. They've got all these young players within the Barcelona team they're rebuilding. Someone like Gundogan is someone you should have around the club. Obviously, he's not a Barcelona legend, but he's won everything at Man City.
Of course.
Yeah,
I don't know what.
Course.
But obviously, just trying to get wages off the wage bill. Obviously, they've been struggling to sign players and et cetera, et cetera. So
Their transfer policy is just insane, isn't it? And you know, when we talk about Premier League wages and how mental they are, which they are, granted, you look over there at Barcelona and it's like, because when we were going to sign Frankie de Jong, I think he was on like £450,000.
Yeah.
Like some of the wages they dished out were
crazy.
incredible. And now those players are going, well, I'm not leaving.
Yeah.
Like Gundogan's probably a little bit different where he probably cares about his legacy a bit.
Yeah,
So he's going to
yeah,
be like, I'm not going to hang around on a contract here, especially if Man City want him back. Would it be a step backwards for Man City to get him? And that's a question that I don't even agree with, but it's a question.
I think it's definitely worth discussing. He's 34 soon, I think, and I think he's probably over his peak. So I don't know. It doesn't feel like a City signing. I mean, there's a bit of romanticism to it. But Buvey, like, are you a little bit sceptical? I guess you'd probably get him on a 1-2 year deal, right? So
I think it's probably a 1 year contract with an option of another one if he goes well. I think it's the perfect signing, lads, because I think to get someone of his quality who's 25, you're looking at £100 million, aren't you? You're looking at 80 to £100 million. If he can do a job for City in a season where City have won everything, lads, in the last 3 or 4 years, we've won everything. I think to bring romance back to the club, you almost can't buy that. With a young, look at someone like Núñez came in from Wolves last season, exciting player, didn't quite work out. Getting Ilkay Gundogan's guaranteed romance, guaranteed excitement, I think it'd lift the whole club, potentially to push on to winning another Champions League. That's what I think it is.
Now, I don't want City to sign him back because I looked at their midfield against Chelsea, and whilst they won, I did think without Rodri in there, City can be got at.
100%.
And if you bring in Gundogan, he's someone that might not start, but when Rodri's not available, he can sit in and just keep things tight and keep things. But if Man United done this, you'd be saying, Booth, it's worrying that you've let a player go and you're bringing him straight back.
Yes, but you need more than City. You need and slash deserve based on the size of the club you are.
This kind of profile.
We have Rodri's in his prime, Stones in his prime, Diaz, Edison, Haaland, Foden. They're all in their prime. You know, the two wingers are in their prime.
Is it that Paul Scholes sort
That's what it feels
signing
like
when you got him back and he sort of ran that midfield type deal for you?
100%.
I don't think Gundogan will be going sports direct for his boot.
No.
He's got a nice Adidas contract.
Listen, obviously from an Arsenal perspective, it's not looking good, innit? Because obviously they're strengthening their squad. This is Gundogan. He's won everything. They're going to make them stronger. But I'm looking at it from a different perspective. I'm looking at it as, is Pep Guardiola running out of ideas? And is Pep Guardiola telling everybody, you know what? Listen, I don't think I'm going to stay around for long enough to invest into another young midfielder,
But why do you need to? There's no one out there better than
like
Ilkay
you just
Gundogan.
said though, Buvey, you just said that you're an aging squad. Now, for someone like Pep Guardiola to go back and get a player like Gundogan, this is not something that he normally does throughout his career. He doesn't really go back and get players.
Yeah,
Once
you're
you're
right
gone,
about that,
you're gone, innit?
But who's in the market of his quality without spending £100 million?
What Miles, what you're saying more is like you think this is Pep might be out the door next season. Just one last sort of I'll get Gundogan back because I know that works. There's no point in
but there's nothing wrong with that necessarily. If we're talking about a sporting decision right now, you're bang on. Is it a 4-year deal or a 5-year long-term signing? No, of course not. But if it's for winning the Champions League this season, bringing back experience to win the Premier League for 5 times in a row, that's unbelievable. It takes us away from Arsenal by some sort of measure of a measurement, a degree away from Arsenal. It makes us stronger than Arsenal by a little bit, at least. It's someone you should be signing. Yeah. You were linked to him last summer.
It's someone of his caliber, like you said. Where is that type of player that is young of that caliber? It's going to cost you an arm and a leg. But like I just said, I just personally think that Pep Guardiola is just looking at it and thinking, you know what? Maybe I ain't got that much time left here for him for a personal perspective. Obviously, if he stays, it's gonna he'll win everything. But getting someone like Gundogan, I just personally think it's lazy. Obviously, he's a great player, But he could find another. He got Rico Lewis in there. Why didn't you invest in him?
Rico Lewis is a right back coming into midfield.
I know, but he's done it with Philip Lahm. You converted him into a centre midfield. I'm not saying that's what he should do, but getting someone like Gundogan, it just feels like, I don't know, Pep could be running.
But was Fergie lazy for bringing Scholes back? They won the league that season.
No, of course not. But at the same time, how long did Fergie stay until after? Did he stay quite some years after that?
So he came back, maybe like 2 years after that?
It was 1 year after,
Came
wasn't it?
10-11, didn't he?
Retired
10-11, right?
No, he came back in
2011.
2012.
Was it 2012? Yeah,
And then when did
like
Fergie
a season
leave?
and a half.
And then Fergie left when? A year after that.
2012-13.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So he knows I need one more piece. This guy can do it for me.
Are all the pieces falling into you for you to think Pep's off? He just realised Fergie left just after Scholes come back, so maybe there's something.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, no.
So you just backed my point even more. I'm just saying, like, this is a weird behaviour for Pep Guardiola to get someone like Gundogan. Yeah, he's a quality player, but there's still great players out there.
Isn't it mad? He was Pep's first signing, and if what you're saying is right, it could be his last
one, probably.
Yeah.
Would you take that deal? Would you shake hands right now? City win the league this season, but Pep's gone. Would you take it?
I'd take
next season.
Nah, I'm not taking
I'd take
it.
You have to take it.
I'd take it. No, we'd take it.
You take it, United.
I say we're taking this.
No,
We have to confer over
You're
this
nowhere
one.
near me. I feel like
We have to confer.
you're lucky to be in the conversation.
We have to confer over this one
You need to
because
chat with John about mid-table obscurity.
we
you two
need.
could take it. I think we
take
could
your
still
chances.
do it with him here, but it will be much more easier when he's gone. Yeah,
I
definitely.
think the thing is also the Gundogan transfer away from City was related to his wife wanting to go to maybe a hotter climate and stuff like that. I think Pep
go to Saudi
tactically.
then.
Pep wanted to keep him. So this isn't Pep making a mistake and bringing it back. Pep wanted to keep him. The club kind of moved him on because of his age and stuff like that. So it's more of a club decision. But I think it's
Mrs. Can't be
beautiful.
happy then. She gonna stay in Barcelona?
Easy jet, mate. He can just fly back and forth on weekends.
Didn't Beckham do that, innit? Was Beckham...
Other airlines are available.
First,
Beckham,
I think
Mourinho's
so,
done it.
Yeah,
Loads
yeah.
of people
Then he got
done
in
it.
trouble with the nanny, innit?
Yeah, a lot of people, yeah.
Oh yeah.
When the wife's away and that.
Barca are in such a mess, aren't they? Like, who's in a worse position, Barcelona or Chelsea, right now?
I'd say Chelsea.
I think
Chelsea.
Barcelona. The reason I
Barcelona.
say that is because financially, they are in a world of if one or two things go bad for them or they have 2 bad seasons with all these levers they've been pulling in that.
But they got
Where's the rest of the money coming from?
But they got stability though, and they're in Champions League.
And they won the league, didn't they?
It's an easier league, isn't it? So they're going to stay up there.
Yeah.
Whereas
But
Chelsea,
Chelsea
just dropped
are
down.
in the Premier League where the amount of
money,
TV revenue you get, all these different
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
They got Yamal though. Yamal's a world class talent. Chelsea haven't
How
got
long
anywhere
until they
near
have
that
to
good.
sell him?
Cole Palmer.
Yamal's a different kettle of fish.
In
Cole Palmer.
comparison.
Yeah,
in comparison.
I think.
They can
But
market
City
them
and
off.
Chelsea probably have. I know they got Pedri, but Chelsea have a lot of quality young players.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
just looks like a shit show at the moment because they got 50 of
Oh
them.
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, there's too many.
And
Yeah.
I think financially they're probably better shape than Barcelona.
So what, Buvey, you think this, just going back to this quickly, so you think this is the guy that could just obviously edge you just a bit more further away from Arsenal?
I think it's. You said Rico Lewis. I think it's more about De Bruyne. I don't think De Bruyne. If we play
Okay,
all
yeah.
our games, gets the Champions League final, FA Cup final, we're looking at potentially 60+ games this season. I think you can play De Bruyne for 30. I think you can play Phil Foden for 30, Bernardo for 30, and Ilkay Gundogan. If you ask De Bruyne to play 40, 50, he cannot do it. Simple as that. I think it's more rotation for De Bruyne with Rodri at the base of midfield, bringing Foden, bringing Bernardo as well as Kovacic as well.
Okay.
Beautiful.